Important to expand our dialogues beyond governments, and in fact to engage in an ongoing discussion with civil society at the same level that we do with governments around the world. The Foreign Minister joined me in Washington for this launch of a strategic dialogue with civil society in February. And I want to introduce the team of people who have helped to lead this effort with me. Our Assistant Secretary of State for Democracy, Human Rights and Labor, Michael Posner. Tamika Tilleman, our Special Advisor on Civil Society and Emerging Democracies. And others from our State Department in Washington. Because what we
virtually no freedom. We suffer from a different kind of suppression. A clerical tsunami has washed over Pakistan, and I have suffered directly because of the lawlessness, the religious intolerance, and the violence that has gripped Pakistan as a result. 6 months ago, my father, Governor Salman Taseer, was shot dead by his security guard for speaking out against the misuse of Pakistan's draconian and archaic blasphemy laws. The fact that it was his security guard who shot him, I think, speaks volumes, because it shows that it's not just a man or an organization that we are dealing with, but that it's a mindset. And I think that although the drone...
Yeah, as we know all, that there were revolutions in Egypt 5 months ago, and the internet played a very big role in such a revolution. However, I have a friend has been arrested yesterday, and he's an internet activist. His name is Nagati. Then he is sent by the police to the military, and now he's detained under provincial detainment in the military prison. Actually, this is the case now where we're very worried, the activists in Egypt are very worried that instead of having an emerging democracy, we're going to have an emerging post-revolutionary authoritarianism by the military. And we are also worried that such authoritarianism will have a kind of support from the US again, maybe for guaranteed democracy. And if any democracy will be guaranteed by the army, it's not a democracy, by the way. So, this is number one, talking about the military and the rule of military that might be supported by the international community, maybe because protecting from Islamists. Of course, we don't want Islamists also, but at the same time, we don't want military anymore.
I think there's some criticism, and no one is being arrested yet for that, which is a positive trend, but unfortunately there are some negative trends going on now in Kyrgyzstan about media freedom, and these are recent one of them is the recent act of the parliament on resolving consequences of last year's ethnic violence, where one of the recommendations of the parliament to the government was to block the news website called Ferganaro.ru, which is one of the most popular news websites in the whole region of Central Asia. And we think this is for us, this is a very alarming trend, because the previous time government was trying to block websites was
of those responsible for attacks on activists, bloggers, journalists. I believe that international sanctions directed against these individuals could not only restore justice to some degree, but also deter others from participating in these persecutions. I am pleased to see that Sergei Magnitsky Act that can help implement such policies being considered by Congress, and I hope that the European Union will enact similar legislation. I also wish that State Department did some steps on its own regarding this issue, and at the very least I think that those involved in human rights abuse should not receive support from democratic countries. For instance, a number of Western companies are among these companies are Cisco and Ernst & Young, for example. They are the sponsors of the large Selegar Forum that will open tomorrow, and the organizer of that forum, the former leader of the infamous Nasha group, Vasily Yakemenko, is widely believed to be connected, among other things, with the attempt to assassinate a blogger and journalist Oleg Kashin. I think that a strong statement from US officials could discourage such irresponsible corporate behavior. Thank you.
Africa Human Rights Defenders Project, to say the least, a tough neighborhood, and he has a reputation not only in his own region but throughout Africa as one of the leaders in trying to build regional networks. So Hassan, please.